Final preparations for the last couple of opportunities to qualify for the Olympic Games. Individual places available at the European Championships in Antalya in a couple of weeks' time, and then Paris, the last stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. But here we're at the semi-final stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 2. And it's the Recurve men's semi-final between Nicolas Damour and Max Weckmueller.
Representing the U.S. Virgin Islands, the man being billed as the breakout star of the season, Nicolas Damour. And his opponents, shooting on target number 2, representing Germany, a man who broke onto the world ranking podium earlier on in the season. Please welcome Maximilian Weckmueller. The line judge for this matchup is Bettina Katzmüller. Well, this is our Recurve semi-final matchup number 2. Who's going to go where is the question I like to ask at this point. One of these archers will head into the gold medal match and square off with Brady Ellison, and the other will head into the bronze medal match and face off with Yun Sanchez. Who's going to go where?
Here we go.
Let's find out.
Nicolas Damour of the US Virgin Islands has really burst onto the scene as we started to return from the restrictions of the past 18 months. Max Weckmueller has had a brilliant tournament here in Lausanne. It is another one to watch out for. We are going to get this semi-final underway, and it will be the US Virgin Islands, Nicolas Damour, who will get us underway.
Nine.
Solid 9 to start off with for Nicolas Damour.
Eight.
Right 8 for Weckmueller as his sighter.
10. 9.
So opportunity to take the early points here.
9.
And it's a second 9 from him for a 28.
So on that arrow, you heard it click quite early, but he held and then shot later. That's quite interesting.
Oh, keep an eye out for that. The 26 in the end for Weckmueller. Recovery from the 8 early doors, but he did a little bit of overcorrection and then had to correct again for the third arrow. That would suggest that perhaps he's got his eye in now. But it does mean that Damour has taken the first 2 set points.
So yeah, you know, that last arrow of Nicolas Damour, as I say, he just came through too quick, and you only got 20 seconds to shoot your arrow, so he didn't have time really to probably come down, set up again, and go for it. So he just continued to hold and shoot. I mean, you can do that, but the idea there of that clicker is it's a draw length indicator. So if you were to pull the bow back further, you're going to give more power to the limbs. It's going to send the arrow higher in the target, and if you were to go forward, you can have less power in the limbs, and it might go low. So that's why it's so important.
Great insight into the use of the clicker. And perhaps, Nikki, you would just point that clicker out when you see it a little bit later on. Not everyone will know exactly what it is, but it's right on the tip of the arrow, right there. If you look to the tip of the arrow, there's something that pings across. That's the clicker, and that's when the arrow is released. Timing of that one?
Yeah, lovely. And you can hear it as well, because often, well, it's a metal clicker with a little plastic tip on a metal plate. That one was shot very nicely.
Hey, connect him up with the pressure point from the bottom, okay?
8.
So do his job with the first one. When you shoot first, when you're trailing, you want to put down big scores to put your opponent under pressure. But the 10 shots fired by an 8, so a 10 here
9.
well, would have put him into the lead. A 9 on level pegging. So this second set's come down to these final arrows.
10.
Good result for Max Weckmueller, a 28. does put the pressure on Demore. A 10 to level up and share the set points. Oh, that's a great 10 as well. And a 28 for him. So he keeps that slender 2-point lead, but crucially gets a little bit closer to the target score for a place in the gold medal match against Brady Ellison.
Yeah, what a positive shot when the pressure was on him. Not only did he get a 10, it was really near the spider, that tiny little grey X you can see right in the very centre of the target.
We get a really good view here, the slow motion, seeing the technique of the archers. We get a good view of that, certainly that push that Nicky's been talking about with the front arm, locking it out as the arrow is pushed towards the target. And everyone's calling Damore the breakthrough athlete of the year. He certainly proved it by making this final four, and he's tantalizingly close to making, I think, what the neutral would call the dream final here in Lausanne, having seen the final four, wanting Ellison up against Damore. Weckmueller has got other ideas.
No.
See the difference in the stances. Nicholas Damore much more open.
8.
That's where the feet are positioned on the line.
9.
Massive correction. Saves it into a 9. It could have been further left than that without that correction, perhaps.
Good driving now.
9.
So a 10 puts this out of reach, and Weckmueller back on level terms.
9.
Gets a 9, so a 27 for him. A 10 is now required from Damore to draw level on points and share the set points. When asked and when given the opportunity, Damore is a habitual taker of that opportunity, and that's why he's broken through this season.
Yeah, he's got an incredibly positive outlook. You know, he's here, really, he said earlier in the week, he's here just for practice. He wants to go and get his qualifying place for the Olympics in Paris. So to do that, he needs practice in these final four positions. So that's why he's here. He's not worried about winning this one. It's just here to get experience so he can gain his Olympic space and get to Tokyo.
And in this kind of form, not only can he get there, but he's going to be a contender.
And again, he certainly referenced that earlier in the week, that, you know, that is where his eyes are. He wants to go there and win. And, you know, that sort of positivity, you know, is certainly showing under pressure in this match.
Yeah, and all sports need that mixture of the experience and talent that Brady Ellison brings with the young pretenders that add some colour to the story. And in the case of Damore, it's not only colour but bags of talent. Weckmueller, scrambling to stay in this one, starts with a 9. He's certainly got better since the first set, but Damore is, well, it's like a puppy at your heels.
9.
Okay, we come to the right side now.
Insistent, staying right close to you.
10.
The German doing everything to put the pressure on. Damore not cracking.
9.
So chance here for Weckmueller now. Can he step up, as Damore has done in the past 2 sets, and get the 10 to push this one level?
9.
It's a 9. So again, a 10 required to share the points. And this time it drops into the 8. So it's been a resilient performance from Max Weckmueller. He's had to really battle hard, but after 4 sets, he's got himself level. And the breakthrough archer of the year has demonstrated on 2 occasions that he will take any opportunity given to him, even if it means shooting the 10. But Weckmueller's persistence has brought him level. Nicky, intriguing battle here.
Yeah, it's the first time where he was asked and he didn't deliver. So, you know, is he beginning to crack? Was his mind? He also talked earlier this week about staying in the present and how important that was. So, you know, it's really important now in this fifth and final set that he does bring his mind back to the present. If you start thinking about the future and what might happen, you're not on the task in hand. So I'm sure he's going to reset himself for that.
He sounds like a very mature man for his age, just 19 years old. You can see the focus in his eyes. But Weckmueller has been resilient and gritty. It's all square, 4 apiece, set number 5. Well, Demore for the first time showing a number of signs of unhappiness, stretching out the back shoulder. Didn't look the cleanest of shots, but it's gone in the right spot.
Yeah, Demore was just going through his release action of that backhand, so obviously something wasn't quite right there for him on that first arrow.
Nicola, every shot for now have been low. You don't take care of it.
I think everyone heard the coach there, Nicola. Every shot has been low. It's every shot in the 10 for Weckmueller. Real pressure.
Good driving, Nick.
9.
Got it at the right height, but it's a 27 here, and that means Max Weckmueller needs an 8 to win and make the gold medal match. He's hit the 9, possibly a 10, but the 9 is more than enough. I'm sure he wants the perfect 30, but what a performance from Maximilian Weckmueller from Germany. He has had a brilliant tournament here in Lausanne, and the determination demonstrated in that final, in that semi-final I should say, is incredible. 2-0 down very quickly. The first set was over in the blink of an eye, and he's had to battle his way back, sharing the points and forcing his opponent to shoot 10s to draw level in sets 2 and 3. Broke through to level up in set number 4, and then shot his best arrows in set number 5. Weckmueller from Germany is through to the gold medal match. What a performance from the German, Nicky. What a performance.
Yeah, he started slow, didn't he, with that 8, 9, 9, 26 first end, but he just powered on. You know, that's what I said. It's not over till it's over. You just got to keep on shooting those good arrows. And when it came to the 4th set, Nicholas Demore needed the 10. He got the 8, and he just didn't really have that confidence in that last end, just pushing them around the 9, and not enough to take us to the tie.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't, and just so impressive to keep his mind clear, having perhaps thought he'd done enough in sets 3 and 4 to take the points. Gritty stuff from Weckmueller. He's going to have to shoot better in the final. Brady Ellison has already found the centre of the target, but Weckmueller did what he needed to do to grind out a victory in the semi-finals. He will go up against Ellison for gold. Nicolas Demore will be straight back out for the bronze medal match, where he'll face the 18-year-old Yun Sanchez. Incredible performance from the pair of them in that semi-final. In fact, both semi-finals were great watches.